Lesson number 7. No sex until you're 18. Hi everyone, it's Jeline here, back for another episode of Daddy Lessons, where we are celebrating all the great dads with the lessons they have taught us, the lessons they continue to teach us, starting with the best dad that I could ever ask for, my dad. For the month of June, I am breaking down one lesson that my dad has taught me that I still carry today, and I thank you so much if you have been with me for the whole week. We have a couple more to go. Yes. So let's get into it. Lesson number 7. No sex until you're 18. Sex is an open topic in my house. It got more and more open over the years. And as we got to that time where we're going to be talking about sex, my father made it very clear. There is no sex until you are 18. The rule was, at 18, you can do whatever you want. You are legally responsible for yourself, and I do not have to participate in any of the actions that you choose to take, so there is no sex until you're 18. As a matter of fact, at 18, on your 18th birthday, you can give me a call and say, Dad, please don't come home this evening. And I said, okay. And I drive past my house and I will see a line of men out the door. And every now and again you will hear, next. And the line draws up a little more. Next. And the line draws up a little more. And all the men that are coming out have a beautiful smile on their faces. If that's what you want for your 18th birthday, all you have to do is let me know. But until then, there is no sex until you're 18. At 18, you are responsible for your actions. I will make sure that I do my job, that you make wise decisions at that time. But I do not want to take responsibility of your sex life at this point, which I will have to, because you are a child and I am responsible for you. I revered my father and I was a little scared of him as well. So I was not going to broach this topic with anyone. I was also very awkward, and boys, made me nervous, and I couldn't take the anxiety, so I stayed very far from them. But my dad, as I got older, tried to relay to me the consequences of sex. That it is not necessarily just a physical act. It is very emotionally involved, and you need to be mature enough to deal with those things, to deal with all the things that came with sex before you begin to partake in it. Before you are able to enjoy it for what it is, you need to be mature enough to do that. And because of that, I was always thinking about how do I do that? What do I need? How do I be responsible to be able to do this? My dad pointed out that you need to be responsible for your body. You need to be able to deal with all those things that you learn in school about what can happen to your private parts if you do not participate in this safely. You need to be able to deal with that. You need to be able to deal with the various types of consequences that can come with having sex, such as having children. What are you going to do? How are you going to deal with those things? And if you're ready to do that, then go right ahead. How are you going to deal with your emotions? Are you able to manage your emotions when you participate in this? Do you know the kinds of emotions that can come up with having sex? And so, now, I'm not going to say that I waited until I was 18 to sexually engage with boys. I will not confirm or deny. But I can tell you this. By the time I started to engage sexually with boys, I was responsible. I knew how to take care of my reproductive parts. I was able to know where to go if I have questions. I was able to manage my emotions to a certain point, And at some point I realized, okay, I need a little bit more emotional maturity. So I, started to shift my focus on something else, because at some point things got a little bit too overwhelming, and I may have had anxiety when I was much younger and didn't know, and I would be so overwhelmed with emotions that I just decided I can't deal with this. No, and just leave it. Leave it for when I got much older. But I was always able to think deeply about the actions that I'm going to take. And I really appreciate my dad for that, because it's something that I still use today. I once kissed a boy, and he said, oh, my parents aren't home, so you can come over. And I was just like, oh dear God, no, I'm not ready for this. I can't. My dad, no, I can't do this, because if I know what's gonna happen if we go to your house. I don't have any kind of protection with me. I cannot be responsible for the pressures that might come when I am behind closed door with you by myself. I'm not ready for this. I was so overwhelmed that I was like, no, okay, that's it. I need to go right now. Mind you, I may have overreacted a little bit, but yes. So I was able to be responsible for myself. I was able to be responsible for my choices and know that I am responsible for the decisions that I made. And it gave me so much power and autonomy over my body, over my choices, over my mind. And I cannot be grateful enough for my father for imparting that lesson to me. When I get older, I think when I have children, I think I would still use the 18 as a benchmark. And that's because I don't necessarily think kids will wait until they're 18, but by then we can have all the discussions about responsibility and all the discussions about accountability to know that when they do decide to participate in sex, they will be better prepared, or I hope they'll be better prepared. But when I have kids, we'll see how that goes. So please let me know in the comments how your dad approached the subject of sex when you were growing up, or even right now. Please let me know in the comments. Send your dad some love. Let them know that you care about them, you love them, you respect them, you appreciate them, you value them. And to my dad, the greatest dad in the world, thank you so much for the gifts you have given to me of autonomy, responsibility, thinking, love. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I'm so proud of you. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for another episode of Daddy Lessons. Thank you.